Greetings, adventurers! In this video, I'm going to be going through and opening the Assassin's Creed starter kit. But not this one. This one is for you. If you want to know more about how you can enter, stay till the end of the video. We have already opened our version of the Assassin's Creed starter kit, and we actually did a gameplay video with it. Link in the description or the icon that will appear, I don't know which side. In the starter set, you get a manual which explains to you how to play the game of Magic the Gathering, and you get 2 starter decks. One is Demir, which is black and blue, the other is Boros, which is white and red. Let's start with the Demir first because I'm a Demir player. I am going to apologize in advance for my mispronunciation of the words. The Demir deck legendary creature is Ezo, Blade of Vengeance. This comes in a foil version. It has Death Touch, which means any amount of damage this creature deals is enough to destroy to a creature is enough to destroy it. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Your legendary creature for the deck will have 2 sorcery spells, which will be able to call it. This is kind of a throwback to the Planeswalker decks, which I actually find quite nice. Each Planeswalker came with 2 spells that was able to call it from the graveyard or the library. Ezo Blade of Vengeance is currently standing at $11, which is about $200. The aim of this deck is to get your assassins through to deal damage and to draw more cards. I think every creature in this deck, except for the walls, which is kind of sad that they didn't make walls assassins, but every creature in this deck is a assassin. Now we come to a key word in this deck, which is free running. Free running states, you may cast this spell for its free running cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or commander. Now, as this is a 60 card deck, we do not have a commander, but we do have assassins. Surprise, surprise. This deck does give you a lot of options to make your creatures unblockable, or at least hard to block. As you can see, this card has Menace, and it says other assassins you control get 1+1+. The aim of this deck is to draw cards, play assassins, and draw more cards. Everything works towards getting your opponent's creatures either stunned or off the board so you can deal that combat damage to that player. And like I said before, draw your cards. And for all the new players out there, you mustn't be afraid of losing life. It's okay. As you can see here, Merciless Harlequin, whenever it enters the battlefield, you may draw a card and you lose a life. A lot of the cards in this deck have Death Touch, Menace, and free running as the main abilities. We even get to see a bit of flash here from Hired Blade. Assassin Initiate is a very nice 1-drop, as it allows you to pay 1 mana. Assassin Initiate gains Flying, Death Touch, or Lifelink of your choice until end of turn. Now, if you just have mana to sink into this, you can give it all 3, allowing you to deal that combat damage to that player and draw more cards. And obviously we have the classic Murder. It wouldn't be an assassin deck without this instant. And now we come to the end of the deck. We have our wonderful islands and our beautiful swamps. Ivor Battle Ready costs 1 white, 1 red, and 3 mana of any color to cast. It's a legendary creature, human assassin warrior, has vigilance, haste, and whenever Ivor Battle Ready attacks, it deals combat damage equal to the number of equipments you control to each opponent. Now, this is your legendary creature for the Boros deck. As you can see, it plays very aggressively, as Boros should. The aim of the deck is to get your equipments onto the battlefield, which in turn gives you extra damage. I think most of these cards basically have a lightning bolt attached to them. We also see a lot of whenever you cast a historic spell. A historic spell is an artifact, legendary creature, or a saga. Now, there are no sagas in this deck, but there are plenty of artifacts and legendary creatures. Satyr Fiery Jotun is a legendary creature, costs 5 to cast, has trample. Whenever you cast a historic spell, Satyr Fiery Jotun does 3 damage to target creature. It's a 5/5. You also get 2 Raven Clan War Axe. Now this is actually a cool card as it calls on your I say commander, your legendary creature for the deck. The aim of the deck is to get equipment onto the battlefield. A lot of these cards have when you play an equipment or when an equipment is on the battlefield. We also get Keen-Eyed Raven, which we saw come into play in our gameplay video, and as we all know, the Bane of Demir is flying. Why is this in this deck? We also have a very cool equipment card called Head Splitter. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want an axe that's called that? We have Bureau Headmaster, and it's a creature human assassin. It says equip creatures you control cost 1 less to cast, and equip abilities you activate cost 1 less to cast. We have Ezio Brash Novice, which is one of the legendary creatures. Then Arbazmur, which is for 2. Both of these legendary creatures are for 2. Then we have 2 Towering Viewpoints and the Pretty Lands. So there you go. This was a brief overview of the 2 decks. Now, obviously, I am more partial to the Demir deck. I do, however, think that because these are beginner decks, Demir can sometimes be a bit harder to grasp. It can be a bit more complicated, but I do think the Assassin's style and the free running definitely make it a bit easier for beginners to grasp the concept of. I think they definitely got these decks right for beginners. Thank you to Solarpop for sponsoring these Assassin's Creed starter kits, the one that we just went through, and this one, which is meant for giveaway for you guys. You can find out more on how to enter on our Discord server.
I've always liked Assassin's Creed personally, and the games are amazing, and the journey it takes you on is just chef's kiss.
And if you want to see us play Assassin's Creed, you can go ahead and head to our Sisters of Battle gaming channel. We will be streaming and posting videos on there. Which reminds me, like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified when we post a new video.
It's so cool! It's Assassin's Creed but in cards!
I'm getting the Demir deck.
Well, that's fine. I'm fine with Boros.
Let's go!